Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Club President, fellow Toastmasters. Welcome to our Singapore International Dynamic Speakers Toastmasters Club chapter meeting tonight. I am so excited to be your Toastmaster of the day tonight. I shall meanwhile just introduce our club president, Willie Low, to give us the opening address. Willie, please.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day.
Has he frozen?
Fellow Toastmaster and guests. The theme of the meeting is discriminate the vision. Every one of us have a vision. Where we are a leader or we are a manager of the team, we always have a vision. And we need once we have the vision firmly in our hand, we need to communicate throughout the team or the organization. If you are a leader of the organization, you need to make the vision real. Put in your hearts and not just the mind. Get people to see it and then communicate it again and again. People want meaning and purpose in their work. The leader's job is to create their meaning, show them their parts in it and its effect on them. I remember the time when I was first asked to be a leader of a team. I had so many things in my mind. I do not know what to do. So once I set out a vision, 2 years ago, I started this club. And my vision is to have an online club for Asia, at Asia Park and this part of the world. And the vision is to start an online Toastmaster club so that we can have meeting weeks after weeks. This term, the current club officer, we have a dream, we have a vision. We want to turn this online club to be a dynamic speaker. And every one of the club officers have made their stand, have do their part in helping the club to be a dynamic speaker, but providing workshop, understanding what is required of the club to be a dynamic speaker. Workshop is the first thing, as well as and just count empowerment so that they can run the meeting and run the club at some how should I say, at some of the meeting. Well, many of us who are in Toastmaster organization do not know how to, even we have a vision, we want the club to be success, but we don't know how to discriminate the vision. So sometimes we end up, the leader end up doing everything. So fellow Toastmaster and guests, the more you live the vision, the clearer it becomes, and the more deeply your will understand. Over back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Jennifer, you are muted.
Oh, I'm sorry. And I was talking, thinking everybody heard me because I'm so hot. I have the air conditioning on. Yeah, tonight's theme is disseminate the vision. And of course, the club president had his vision accomplished. That is to set up this club as an online club, and the new vision of the club is to be a dynamic club, to have dynamic leaders, speakers, and members. Club aside, I'm sure all of us have our own vision, something you want to accomplish in your life, both personally and professionally. Professionally, you may vision yourself as a function head or a CEO in a company one day. Personally, you may vision yourself, I'm talking of a female, as a wife of a successful businessman, or maybe wife of a millionaire. Or you may vision yourself as someone who helps the underprivileged in this world. Having a vision in itself is not good enough if you are the only one who knows what is your vision. You need to take action. You need to disseminate the vision to let others know. Now, before I present the appointment holders for tonight, let's hear from some of you as to what your vision, especially the guests. What is your vision and how you disseminate it? May I ask, let me see, Angela Lee?
Yes, I think the vision and mission of me is that I would like to be a good speaker, so that I would like to spread the news to people around me so that they can also become a good public speaker. I think this is my lifelong endeavor, because to be a good speaker, you really have to read a lot of books, thinking, speaking, and listening. And that's my vision.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. What about Xiao Li? Xiao Li.
Oh, hello. About my vision and mission, right? I want to be ultimately, like, I want to be a professor in the end, and to generate tons of valuable research, academic results that can add to the human wise wisdom. Yeah.
Thank you. What about our guest, Serbi? Serbi. Hi.
Hi. Good evening, everyone. This is Surbi here. I'm joining from India. And if you could repeat the question, because I missed it because of the technical glitch.
No problem. What is your personal vision and how would you disseminate your vision?
So my personal vision is also my professional vision. Because I'm dedicating and devoting my life to uplift the underprivileged women, the rural women and girl child of my country, help them to enrich, educate, and emancipate their struggle to become financially independent. And for the same, I have my own startup wherein we train them to make these beautiful home decor items in the rural area so that they can become self-reliant and they can live a life with dignity and respect, like the male counterparts in my country. Okay. So that's the vision I have.
Oh, that's very good. Thank you. What about our other guest, Shreya Singh?
Hello, everybody. So my vision for joining today is that I have a habit of using a lot of filler words. So right now I'm gonna tell you, I guess, speak about a small vision I have for why I'm joining, and that is to become a better speaker, to get rid of my filler words, especially like. And the reason for that is I want to be a better speaker, and there's a competition I'm eyeing and that requires me to be a better speaker to participate in. Can you hear me correctly? Okay. Yeah, I was worried about the glitches. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Shreya. Finally, what about Yusuf Chandra?
Yeah, thank you very much. My vision is I would like to extend my friendship all over the people from the Toastmasters around the world. And this is the best time for me to extend my friendship because by using this Zoom, I can meet you all guys everywhere without spending any money by travel. Thank you very much. Back to you.
Okay, that's great. That's great. So nice to hear about that. Now, in the meantime, let's hear from some of our role players who will be supporting the meeting tonight. How would they disseminate their vision? I shall now call upon Sebastian Juanito Levanta. Sebastian, could you please tell us first? By the way, Sebastian is our timer for tonight. So Sebastian, would you please tell us about your role as the timer and what is your vision, whether it's professionally or personally?
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My name is Sebastian. So first of all, I will talk a little bit about my role. So tonight, I will be serving as timer. My duty is to time my prepared speeches, table topics, and speeches evaluations. So when a speaker reaches the minimum time allotted, I will show the green light, okay? When a speaker reaches the midpoint of the speech, I will show the amber light or yellow light. And when a speaker reaches the end of the speaking time, I will show the red light. And then the speaker will have 30 seconds to end his or her speech. And then I will report the speaking times at the end of the meeting. So to answer the question about my vision and how do I disseminate it, so my vision for now is to try to improve the level of professionalism in my industry here in the country where I'm living. At first, I thought that just by being an example would be enough. But soon I realized that being an example is not sufficient to bring change. So by joining Toastmasters and to be able to speak publicly and in small groups, so I feel that I will be able to touch more and more different groups of people. So that would be my vision and how I would go to disseminate it. Over to you.
Thank you, Sebastian. Now we will be having the table topics master who will conduct the table topics session in a while. I hope you are now all geared up and ready for this segment of the meeting, which is our table topics, to provide us with the challenge for today's table topics session is our lady who is now residing in Switzerland. She is an avid learner who constantly pushes her horizons. To her, the sky is the limit. Toastmaster D Souza, could you please tell us about your role as the table topic master and the timing sequence? At the same time, just let us know what is your vision. Thank you.
Hello all. Welcome everyone for a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in this world. Thank you so much for joining Singapore Online Toast and Dynamic Speaker Club. And we are going to have a wonderful session on table topics where we are going to share about our vision together. And I'm sure that you all are here to improve your public speaking skills. Those are your core visions. And this is exactly my vision when I started about a couple of years ago, but trust me, Toastmasters changed my life and my vision has changed. Now I just don't want to be a better public speaker, but I want to be a great leader, like all leaders who are here right now, and as well as be a part, just not a regular speaker, but a powerful speaker. And I'm sure that you all will become a powerful speaker once you join Toastmasters Club. And just to be, I'm a little more biased towards Singapore Online Dynamic Speaker Club. So if you join our club. So with this, I would like to call out the sequence of our timing for table topics. For table topics, we have 1.5 minutes where Sebastian will show us the green light, 2 minutes where Sebastian will show us the yellow light, and 2.5 minutes.
No,
where
no.
Sebastian shows the red
Sorry,
light, right?
sorry. It's 1 minute on yellow, on green, 1.5 on yellow, and 2 on red, with 30 seconds to wrap up.
I am very sorry. My apologies. I haven't been attending Toastmasters for last 2 weeks almost, because I was doing again some few webinars which have been blessed by Toastmasters to give me that courage to even speak in front of so many people. So anyways, my apologies. So it is 1 minute, 1.5 minutes, and 2 minutes, and 30 seconds to wrap up. And our Toastmaster Sebastian will do a great job. So don't look at me, look at Sebastian when you talk. I will just give you the topic to speak. Are you all ready? Raise your hand if you all are ready.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
sure we all are. Thank you.
Are ready, and I really wish everyone switches on their camera and show us their pretty faces so we feel all of us engaged. Can we all request most of you to switch on your camera if it's possible? That would be really appreciate that engagement.
Yes, Shreya, Kanan, CJ, all of you,
Please switch on.
switch
Yeah.
on your video. Yes,
Switch on your camera. Yeah.
we like to see your beautiful face. We like to see your handsome face. You know, I'm single. I want to see the handsome guys. And then there are many eligible bachelors here. They all want to see your beautiful face. Show us. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, and raise your hands if you can see my screen. I'm about to share my screen, and let me know, because this is something I'm doing for the, like always someone else helps me, but this time I'm doing it for myself. So can you all see my screen here?
Yes.
Awesome. I know I'm not very good in doing PowerPoint presentation slides, but I'm going to try. So this is really, I would encourage you that Toastmasters gives you the platform not just to become a powerful speaker, but also to try all your technical skills like I'm trying today. Isn't that true, Toastmaster Jennifer Lim?
Yes, it is.
It gives you,
very true. Yeah.
Yeah, Toastmasters gives you a platform to try just not your communication skills, but also your leadership skills, as well as your technical skills, and also to become a better human being by doing teamwork together. So with this, we will share our vision together. And who would like to go first? And I am just going to give you the topic, or if you don't raise your hand or shout out, because I really can't see anybody. I don't know why.
Can I start first?
I can go also.
You saw.
Okay, great. Perfect. Okay, perfect. So just shout out and I will give you the topic. So we have first speaker.
Yusuf Chandra.
Okay, awesome, Yusuf Chandra. So I will give you the first topic, and just look at the topic and then keep your eye on the timer. Okay.
Remember to pin the timer, please.
Yes, please. Thank you. So your topic is, Yusuf, our approach and our vision is identical. Yusuf, our approach and our vision is identical. Toastmaster Yusuf.
Can I pin the timer first?
Yes, please. Yes.
Great. Oh.
Can you see him?
No, I cannot.
Timer, can you say something? Can you say some words so he can see you? Timer?
Okay. You
Yeah,
may start.
can you see him
Yeah,
now,
no, okay.
Sebastian?
You cannot see me.
Okay, why don't you put the timer on the chat group, Sebastian? Is that possible for
Okay.
you?
How do I do that?
Just type it out. I mean, type it on the chat group. Would that be possible?
No, when you stop the screen, the share screen, I think I will be able to see.
Oh yeah, that is
Oh.
also true. So should I just tell you orally?
No, Yusuf, if you put your under gallery view, you should be able to see Sebastian.
Gallery view.
Yes, instead of speaker view. You go to the view session under gallery.
Yeah, I can now.
Can you see him now?
Sebastian, yeah, I can see it.
Okay, you can pin
Thank
him
you.
then.
I can see him.
Yes, you can pin him. Good, great.
I totally agree with this sentence. Our approach and our vision is identical. As I said before, that my vision is to extend my friendship with all of Toastmasters friends around the world. And my approach is trying to connect with each of your clubs around the globe through Zoom. By doing this, I can just sit down behind my computer and talk with you, with all of you, no matter where you are, without moving an inch from my desk. And that will provide my vision to be able to have all of friends all over the world. And especially, I would like to start with the Asian. That's why I tried to join the club in Singapore, Malaysia, Brunei, Thailand, Vietnam, and anywhere else in Asia. Again, my approach is coming to the clubs and ask them to re-invite me back for the next meeting. So this sentence really answers my approach and my vision. So ladies and gentlemen, if we would like to extend, if we would like to prove our vision, we must do our approach in a proper way. And one of the way is just like me. I want to extend my friend. I try to approach all of you through the Zoom link. So back to the table topic master. Thank you very much.
Me.
So good to hear from you, Yusuf, that we all are trying to approach each other through Zoom, and you have really resonated with our thoughts as well and our vision, given us a good goal to set for ourselves. So with this, I would like to call for another table topic speaker, and is that Azmina?
Azmina, yes.
Yes.
Great, Azmina. Awesome. So I will give you the next table topic. The next table topic is, in order to carry a positive action, we must develop here a positive vision. In order to carry a positive action, we must develop here a positive vision, like the Dalai Lama quotes. To you, the floor, Azmina.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, in order to perform positive actions, we must have positive vision. And my vision is to make the effective use of time and be empathizing with others and connection with others. And through the knowledge, through the progress, through the knowledge, and as we go along, I want to embrace diversity and pluralism, which should be the common goal of all of us, and also to take the responsibility and freedom, to balance between the responsibility and freedom by embracing good qualitative habits and helping others and be empathized and be advocate of inclusiveness and pluralism. For example, in Toastmasters, we are taking up different roles involving in teamwork, taking different roles which improve not only the leadership of our individual self, but the leadership qualities of as a team as a whole. And also it is also to embrace diversity and pluralism, which should be the common goal. And this is to have the positive vision in today's time and also in the future, not only at the time of adversity, but at all times. Thank you.
What a wonderful talk, Azmeena Toastmaster, that we need to not only disseminate, we have to disseminate here not just positive action, but positive action through empathy, diversity, embracing diversity, and through pluralism and showing great leadership. And this needs to continue even beyond these adverse moments. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. And with that, I would like to call another table topic speaker. And who would like to go after Toastmaster Azmeena?
CJ
Me.
CJ Lim.
CJ.
Okay. Okay, Toastmaster CJ. It is the mission of the press to disseminate intellect and at the same time destroy receptivity to it, by Karl Kraus. It is the mission of the press to disseminate intellect and at the same time destroy receptivity to it. See Toastmaster CJ Lim.
Fantastic Friday, Club President, fellow Toastmaster, and distinguished guests. It is the mission of the press to disseminate intelligence and at the same time destroy receptivity to it. I fully agree with this statement. Nowadays, social media is so powerful. In social media, whenever you read the news or you watch the TV, most of the things are negative. And this is a time where we need to join an environment like the Toastmaster. In Toastmaster Club, every meeting, we meet so many positive and learn so many things that is so encouraging every day. For example, for me, I can go to visit other clubs all over the world just to expand my friendship and networking with all the Toastmasters all around the world. My vision is to help individuals grow in their personal life so that they can be a better communicator and better leader. That is why I joined Toastmasters 3 years ago, and I have a passion to become a distinguished Toastmaster by the end of this year so that I can impact, influence, and make people feel the indelible impression in their life. Ladies and gentlemen, my favorite quote from Lorenzo Snow, be better today than you were yesterday, and be better tomorrow than you are today. Keep learning, keep growing, keep improving, fellow Toastmasters. Back to you, Joanne.
Thank you so much, CJ, for sharing your vision of how you keep growing and learning and how you're disseminating this vision by joining various clubs all throughout this world and sharing this positive attitude that you have. And this is what Toastmasters is about, that we are constantly disseminating our vision and growing together. With this, I would like to call our next table topic speaker. And who is that? Who would like to go after Toastmaster CJ? I think that was Surbi.
Angela Lee.
Sorry, okay, Angela Lee. Okay, Angela, this is your table topic. Okay, television has a conscious. It is how we disseminate our value system, by Lauren Zelesnik. Television has a conscious. It is how we disseminate our value system. To you, Angela Lee, Toastmaster Angela Lee.
Hello, good evening, fellow members, ladies and gentlemen. I think television is our daily communicator to us as well, because each day we will switch on the television and we can see the news around us, the things happen in our district, and also the COVID-19. And so, as a television director in the television, we must have a conscience. That means our news must be positive, impartiality, and also very just to every watch the television. And because television is very common today and we watch it every day, so the value system of the television, the vision and mission of the television authority must be very positive. Otherwise, the news disseminate to our society will twist. So in Hong Kong, we also have television, and maybe we have 3 or 4 television so that we can choose from. However, when we watch television, we as a watcher must have a very impartial thinking, so that whatever news disseminate to us, we have to filter it. Sometimes it may not be very positive, so that we will influence our life. In that case, we have to read the newspaper as well, and also receive a lot of news from all over the world, so that we know which are the good news, which are the fake news, and we can fact check so that we can have a positive news from the television. Thank you.
Thank you, Angela, for the powerful message that television is such an important media and how it can affect our value system, and what we watch is so important. And it's important to watch positive value system and which adds positive value to ourselves. And we need to keep looking and checking each other programs, so that we are constantly watching positive news so that we become positive people as well. So with this, I would like to call another Toastmaster, our eminent Toastmaster, Surbi. Toastmaster Surbi. Your table topic is by Simon Sinek. Our vision is only actionable if we share it. Without sharing, it is just a figment of our imagination. Our vision is only actionable if we share it. Without sharing, it's just a fragment of our imagination. It should be fragment of our imagination. To you, the floor, Shreya.
It's Surbi.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. Yes, Surbi. Yes, sorry.
Okay, no worries. A very good evening to fellow Toastmasters and distinguished business leaders. I so very well resonate with Simon Sinek's quote, and I'm a big fan of his podcast, of his writing. And ask me why. Because the philosophy which he preaches, which he takes the stage on, which he penned down in his book, is what exactly I have been doing it, which means I've already started to execute and implement as a true change maker. And today evening, I also remember a beautiful quote said by Steve Jobs. If you're working on something exciting that you really care about, you don't have to be pushed. The vision pulls you. So the vision which I have envisioned for the times to come, for the dedication and devotion I would be giving my life for, is the upliftment of the underprivileged rural women and the girl child of my country, for their enrichment, for their education and emancipation of their freedom struggle to become financially independent. And also we are tackling the global pain point, which is waste. Why only us? There are many people who could tackle and come up with the solution. But exactly what the point of the topic is, how we would relate our vision to execution and how we would share our vision. We are also adhering to United Nations Sustainable Development Goal, which is to bridge the inequity existing the wages of men and women. It is just not the vision, but how you actually implement is the biggest sharing which you do. And I think with our biggest vision, we would be able to conquer the culmination and reach to a vantage point as soon as possible. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you so much, Surbi, for your powerful vision, that it's not just that vision we need to have, but it also needs to be actionable, and we need to execute it, implement it and execute it so that we can actually put it in action and then conquer the world. What a powerful message. Thank you for sharing. With this, I would like to call our next table topic speaker, and that would be Shreya. Yes, Toastmaster Shreya. Your table topic is Without a Vision, the People Perish by Ronald Reagan. Without a vision, the people perish. Shreya, Toastmaster Shreya.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes.
So Ronald Reagan was one of the great American presidents who had a vision. And this is actually a very, without a vision, the people perish. That is, without a path where that's actionable, that is that holds you to the core, and that is not based on a vision that's not just based on material things, but progress or development for the people will lead you to greater things. If you are working on a plan that does not have any that only relies on material gains or relies on selfish endeavors without any accountability to your core self, your spirituality, or your values that you cherish as a person, then you start losing your path towards while on your way to your path, you sort of lose yourself. Ronald Reagan's was to become the best and to provide to re-envision America as a great nation, which they were starting to lose. And although we may not agree with every action he did, he had a vision and he executed it for the people. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shreya, for sharing your powerful vision again, that you have to hold on to your values. If your values are based on any material gains, or your vision is based on any material gains, then it is those visions are just not implemented or executed, or you might just lose your path. So it's important to hold on to your values so that you can have a proper vision where you can actually gain what you wanted to achieve, your vision or your goal. With this, I would like to call next table topic speaker, and he would be, is there anyone who would like to go after this?
Xiao Li, would you like to try? Our guest Xiao Li, like to try?
Sorry, I'm not comfortable to share for the time being, sorry.
Okay, that's all right, no problem. How about Mase Manga?
Angela has raised her hand, so can we call her out first? Yeah.
I'm good.
Okay.
Hello, hi everyone. Hello.
Okay,
Yes,
we will
yes.
let you have it after Angela, Masi. Okay.
That's good. That sounds good. Yes, I'm ready. Yeah, okay. So I'll
Thank
wait after
Okay.
Angela.
So Angela Lansbury, your table topic is, although my circumstance was homeless, my vision wasn't, by Eric Thomas. Although my circumstance was homeless, my vision wasn't. Toastmaster Angela Lansbury.
Thank you very much, Joan. I don't know how Eric was living. It sounds to me as if he didn't have a home. But when I came to Singapore, I didn't have a home. And in a sense, I still don't have a home because I'm renting. Singapore makes it very difficult to buy. You have a huge amount of money you have to give. It's something like 25% extra if you're not a Singapore citizen. And it's quite a prohibitive amount. So apart from the fact that it's very expensive, the amount of extra money you have to pay as a kind of tax for being a foreigner is prohibitive. However, my vision is living in Singapore and I enjoy every minute of it. I love going out and seeing the palm trees. I can remember a time when I used to go to Greece in Europe and I saw a lizard and I didn't like it. And this morning I saw a little lizard and I went out with my camera and I followed it to take a photograph of it because I thought it was so sweet. So your home is a sense where you feel happy. And some people say home is where the heart is. And some people say home is people rather than a physical building. And when you look at people who lose their home completely and don't have any kind of home, my husband climbs up mountains and he has a tent. And that's not my idea of a home. To me, being in a tent is homeless. But he's quite happy. He looks out and he sees the scenery. So homeless, it's a question of what your vision is. I think I agree with this statement and I hope you do too. Back to you, Joan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Angela, for your powerful vision again of staying in Singapore, and you really feel so belonged and loved in Singapore, and your heart is in Singapore. So your vision is aimed exactly in that direction. So with that powerful message, your home is where your heart is, we would like to call another table topic speaker. Okay. And who would that be now?
Joan, this will be our last table topic speaker, and he's Mase Manga.
Okay, okay, great. So your table topic is Toastmaster Masi Mangal is we have the power to break free, clear our vision, and see a new life for ourselves. We are not stuck in the ruts of destiny. I know it's a long topic, but I know you can take the challenge, yeah? So we are not stuck in the ruts of destiny. We have the power to break free, clear our vision, and see a new life for ourselves. To you, Toastmaster Masi Mangal.
Yeah, actually, thank you very much. It's a really nice question, and to answer this question, in my opinion, you know, life has difficulties and challenges. So we have to accept challenges, and we have to be resilient in our life. You know, we have to accept challenges as part of our life, and we should not give up to any challenges that we face in our life. And we have to make a good vision to our goals. Like we have to try to achieve our goals. For example, I'm a civil engineer. When I was in university, I tried a lot to be in good grades and try to be take my goals in university. And I made lots of good projects in civil engineering there, and I made it because I had a very long vision in my career, in my future, and that's why I just saw this this question was very good, and I just related to my previous experience. So I just wanted to share my experience like this with you guys. So please, have good vision in your life, because you have to have good goals, and in order to achieve your goals, so you have to have very long vision, and that will enable you to achieve your goals. And this is really nice. So we have to never give up in our lives because life has challenges. So we have to be flexible and resilient in our life. So we can break free and we can get our goals and things like that in our life. Thank you very much, Toastmaster. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Massive Manga, for giving us such a powerful statement that we should never ever give up, regardless of where we are stuck in the ruts of our destiny. We have to break free, clear our vision, and see a new life for ourselves. So with this, I would like to just summarize quickly what the others say, and if you would like to note it down and put it on your refrigerator so you can always remember what Toastmasters, our wonderful Toastmasters, spoke today and shared and disseminated their vision. We heard about how to take a proper approach in our vision through Toastmaster Yusuf, that we have to approach people through Zoom and make friends from all over the world. We also heard from other Toastmasters, have a positive action, be empathetic to others by Azmina, Toastmaster Azmina, and advocate pluralism, leadership, and have a common goal of adversity, or regardless of any adverse moments. We also heard from other Toastmasters such as CJ Lim that social media is although powerful, but we always have to make sure that we balance and be more positive and spread vision in and impact the other world, everyone around us, and just keep growing and learning. We also heard from other Toastmasters such as Surbi, that it's important to implement regardless of where you are, and have like execute your plan and vision. We also heard from Shreya that we have to be the best and never lose vision and be accountable to our values and not be focused on material gains. We also heard from Mr. Messi Mangal that we have to always keep trying. We heard from Angela Lansbury that never lose yourself and your home is where your heart is. And I hope I'm not missing anyone, but we also heard from that another Toastmaster member, and I'm sorry, I cannot remember that wonderful Toastmaster member's name, but if you have to have an impartial thinking and filter positive things out, read newspapers and watch various positive news so that you constantly stay positive. Thank you for giving me this privilege, and back to you, Toastmasters of the Day, Jennifer Lim.
Thank you, Joan, for such a wonderful table topics that you just flashed on the screen. And we have such wonderful table topic speakers. May I now ask the timer to please give us the timing of the speakers?
Good afternoon, good evening, again for the Toastmasters and dear guests. So the times are as follows. Yusuf Chandra, 2 minutes, 2 seconds. Azmina Gulani, 1 minute, 30 seconds. CJ Lim, 1 minute, 33 seconds. Angela Lee, 2 minutes, 13 seconds. Serbi, 2 minutes, 15 seconds. Shreya Singh, 1 minute, 53 seconds. Angela Lansbury, 2 minutes, 27 seconds. Masi Mangal, 1 minute, 56 seconds. Thank you.
Thank you. Well done, all table topic speakers. All of you are qualified for the voting. Let's vote now for the best table topic speaker. Let's all vote more. Now we only have 75% out of 100% people here. 81%. Please vote. Please vote. Give our table topics speakers some encouragement. Do vote, please. 81%. Come on, come on, vote. If you have not done so, please do so. Yeah, coming up, coming up. Some more, some more, some more. Come on, come on. I think some people still didn't vote. Yes, please do vote. Vote for our best speaker, table topic speaker. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to stop it soon in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. End of voting. Thank you. So it's now 10:07 p.m. We shall have 10 minutes break. And when we come back, we will have another segment of prepared speeches and evaluations. So it's going to be very exciting. So just go for your 10 minutes break. Go and have your food if you want to. Go have a drink wine or whatever that you enjoy. If you don't want to drink, never mind. Talk to me. I'm here to talk to you. Well, because I want, yeah. Are you going to send it to me, Kanan? I am somebody who drinks red wine, okay?
Okay, I can send you, no problem.
But I don't want virtually. I want the real thing.
No, really, I can send you really. I can send you California wine, no problem at all.
Oh yeah. You know, I work for French wine companies for 21 years.
Oh, that is.
Right, welcome back everyone to the second half of the meeting, which is the prepared speech segment. You will hear from 3 speakers tonight sharing their thoughts on pathway projects that they are completing. Our first speaker tonight is Angela Lansbury. She will be doing the effective coaching level 5, demonstrating expertise, high performance leadership, which is her second speech. May I ask the evaluator, D Souza, to please read the project purpose statement. John, please.
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity again to evaluate a powerful speaker, Angela Lansbury, Toastmaster Angela Lansbury. The purpose of her speech is for Angela to apply her leadership and planning knowledge to develop a project plan, organize a guidance committee, and implement the plan with the help of a team. The purpose of the first speech is for Angela to introduce her plan and vision. The floor is yours, Angela, Toastmaster Angela Lansbury.
Hold on. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, John. The timing for this speech is 5 to 7 minutes, 5 minutes on green, 6 minutes on yellow, 7 minutes on red, and then she has 30 seconds to wrap up her speech. May I remind the speaker to pin the timer. Toastmaster Angela Lansbury has completed 4 paths in pathways: presentation mastery, engaging humor, dynamic leadership, and visionary communication. She is an author, an enthusiastic recycler, and a blogger. She also teaches English, business English, and conducts various workshops. Please put our hands together to welcome Angela Lansbury with her speech title, Coaching a Committee. Coaching a Committee. Angela Lansbury, let's give her a round of applause. Angela, please, the stage is yours.
Please unmute yourself, Angela. We couldn't hear you. We can't hear you.
Can you all hear me now?
Yes, loud and clear.
Excellent. Fellow Toastmasters and visitors, most of you have been in a Toastmasters group and you've seen how the meetings run along, and you've seen, some of you have seen how the Toastmasters Club is started. Three things happen in a Toastmasters Club. It starts, it carries on, and it fails. And club coaches are brought in when clubs are failing at the end. Sponsors are brought in to get clubs going, and the committee is supposed to be keeping it going and rising in the middle period. Now, the most interesting thing I've discovered is that some clubs have more than a 1-year plan. They're more than a 6-month plan, more than a 1-year plan. I've been to a club that has a 5-year plan. And they said they know not just the president of the current year and the next year. What usually happens is the VPE becomes the next president because they're busy, hands-on, and get to know everybody and get known. But this particular club has a 5-year plan so that all the committee members are moving around and they know who's going to be committee member, the VP perhaps for next year, and that other committee members are going to be 2 years ahead, 3 years ahead, 4 years ahead, and 5 years ahead. That's long-term thinking. That's what we tend to think of when we look at a government, because governments are often voted in for 4 years or 5 years. And also people like presidents of the United States. But Singapore and Toastmasters, actually in Singapore, I've been told that you can't have a president longer than a year. They don't want you to come to a club and find that nobody can become a president because one person has been president for 5 years. A lot of people join clubs for a year or for 2 years. And if they can't become president at the end of the year, they've missed their chance and they can never see it happening. So Toastmasters International has arranged that you can only be a president for 1 year. However, you can have a plan as a president. You can be part of the long-term planning of who's going to be the next president, and even the one in 2 years' time, 3 years' time, 4 years' time, and 5 years' time. Now, the president is usually the person who sets the plan for the whole year. And when I've come in as a club coach, my main job is to see that the club has its minimum of 8 members, because when it's dropped below that, Toastmasters International is threatening to close it down. They don't want clubs with just 2 members. It doesn't look good, and people are not learning, they're not gaining. So the club coaches and the directors of the areas will come in, and they have various choices. They can simply close the club down and ask the members to find another club, or they can start a new club with a new vision and try and get rid of, perhaps if there's one member who's been a troublemaker or who doesn't have a vision, and things can move on. So that is one way of planning ahead. Now, there are all sorts of little tricks. For example, the club coach can join the club. And if you have 2 club coaches and you've got 6 members and the 2 club coaches join, then you end up with your required 8 members. The problem is, if the club coaches are not really committed, at the end of the year, they then leave again and you're back to square one. Because what they've got to do is inspire the president and the members to have really lively meetings and keep everything going. Now, I, as a club coach, can help make meetings interesting. I can always step in to be a speaker, to be an evaluator, to be a language evaluator. And one of the things I plan to do is, they say they can't find language evaluators and they're not having any. Well, I think one of my visions is that every club should have a language evaluator at every meeting. So I've said I'm going to put together a list of language evaluators, and the other trainers in the area can put together lists of different people, speakers, evaluators, timers, and all the roles you need, so that the VPE, whose job is to arrange a meeting, doesn't have to think, what am I going to do? They have a bank of people to call on. My experience is, if you're stuck, the quickest way is to actually phone people up and say, hello, can you do this? Now, we were discussing earlier today that there are 2 types of people. There are those who say, oh, I can't plan what I'm going to be doing in 2 months' time. And there are the opposite types who say, you can't ring me up the night before and say, can I do something? My diary is filled up 2 or 3 months ahead. You've got to book me in advance. So you really need 2 lists of people. There are the people who will come in suddenly but don't like to be committed. And there are the people who want to be booked up far ahead and will not respond if you call them at the last minute. So you don't waste time on one group when you could be calling the other group. Now, the president can plan the whole year's meetings ahead with themes. And as I explained to you earlier, the president can also be planning succession. So if you're put on a committee, or if you want to be on a committee, I've got clubs that are looking for you. Want to be a president? Want to be vice president membership? I know clubs that would like to have you. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Angela. And Angela, you have many varied roles that you hold. I know that as president, language grammarian, all kinds of roles. We can count on you when we need one. Thank you so much. Now, we will have the second speaker who will be presenting his project presentation, Mastery Level 1, Mastering Fundamentals, And this is his icebreaker speech. May I ask the evaluator, Corey Melani, to read the project purpose statement. Corey, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jennifer. The purpose of this speech is for the member to introduce himself to the club, as well to learn the basic structure of public speaking. I'm very excited to hear Peter Chong on his very first speech. Have a good time forward, Peter Chong.
Thank you, Corey. The timing for this speech is 4 to 6 minutes. 4 minutes on green, 5 on yellow, 6 on red. And Peter, you will have 30 seconds to wrap up your speech. And I would like to remind you to pin the timer. Peter is an IT professional in Malaysia. He went for food hunting during his free time. And his philosophy of life is to enjoy the present, to live happily with no thought for the future. Please put our hands together to welcome Peter Chong, whose speech title is My Hobby, Traveling. My Hobby, Traveling. Peter Chong, the stage is yours, Peter.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. And Corey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, fellow Toastmaster. My name is Peter Chong, and my favorite hobby is traveling. Traveling gives me an excellent opportunity to learn a lot about the history of the country that I visit, see culture and historical place, meet people of different nationality, and learns a lot about their traditions, custom, and cultures. In other words, I can expand my worldview and my mind. Among those that I traveled to till now, Japan is the ones that I like most. Let me share some of my view of Japan. First, there is a lot of history to discover in Japan. The ancient Japanese culture is fascinating, and it has been around for thousands of years. Even now, the cultures and the heritage are very prominent in the country. During my visit to Japan, I learned a lot about the history by visiting castles, temples, shrines, and more. The Buddhist temple and Zen garden are stunning. And if you enter them, you can experience how peaceful and magically these places are. Second, unlike in Malaysia, there is only 2 seasons, hot and very hot. Japan is a country with 4 seasons, spring, summer, fall, and winter. Each season has specified scenery and experience to offer. Spring will be one of the most popular times to visit Japan. This is because of the awesome pink cherry blossoms that cover the streets. But not only the trees start to bloom when spring approaches, everything else in Japan turns in sakura moods. When summer, you may participate in the annual firework events. But at the same time, it is also the hottest season in Japan. For people melt in this type of weather, you might avoid traveling in summer. When fall, as the weather is getting cold, leaves begin to change color, and suddenly the landscape is a dramatic palette of red, brown, orange, yellow, and green. The red leaves of late autumns are an often breathtaking sign, especially against Mount Fuji or a temple in Kyoto. When winter you can visit Japan's hot spring. Winter in Japan will be beautiful, but perhaps not transcendent. No doubt, many countries worldwide have pristine hot spring. But in Japan, the art of the hot spring experience has been perfected to an extraordinary degree. Third, the things that make me like Japan most is Japanese foods like sushi, ramen, chicken karaage, Kobe beef, bento, and etc. I still remember on my first trip to Japan with my family and feeling anxious when trying to order foods as we cannot read Japan character. Thankfully, it didn't take long before we start to feel comfortable. We quickly turns our anxiety into curiosity. Sure, we sample a few items that we would like not to order again, but we also discover new foods and flavor that has forever changed our palates. Lastly, that's all about my views regarding Japan. And I hope in my upcoming speech, you can understand more about me. Thank you. Pass back to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Peter. Now we know you love Japan. From your speech, we know a little bit more about you. And I won't be surprised next time you come and tell me, this is my wife, she's Japanese.
Plan to migrate to Japan.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you. Now we will go to the next speaker, our final speaker for tonight. He will be doing the Dynamic Leadership Level 5, demonstrating expertise, prepared to speak professionally. May I ask the evaluator, Lim Chang-jin, to read the project purpose statement. Chang-jin, please.
Hi. Kanan, the purpose of this project is for the member to practice developing and presenting a longer speech. Good luck, Kanan.
Thank you, CJ. The timing for this speech is 5 to 7 minutes. 5 minutes on green, 6 on yellow.
Madam Toastmaster, it is 18 to 22 minutes. 18 green, 20, 22. I mentioned that. It's a level 5. It is 18 to 22.
Hold on, let me just, 18 to
18 green, 20 yellow, 22 red. Mr. Timer, please note it.
Okay, sorry about it. So it's 18 on green, 20 yellow, 22 red. And you have 30 seconds to wrap up. Now, may I remind you to please pin the timer. Distinguished Toastmaster Kanan Sankara loves to travel. He lives in Baltimore, Maryland, USA, with his wife, Janaki Kanan. They have one son who is studying in Johns Hopkins. He started his Toastmaster journey in late 2012, eager to improve his speaking skills. He would like to give speeches without any preparation. His goal is to speak without any grammatical mistakes. Tonight, he will discuss the ethical issues surrounding. No, this is not part of, no, I've got your introduction like that. I'm sorry. So please give a warm welcome to distinguished Toastmaster Kanan Sankara with the speech title, Service Leadership. Service Leadership, Distinguished Toastmaster Kanan Sankara. Kanan, please, the stage is yours.
Let me share my screen and then I will start the speech. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and my evaluator, Lim. Service leadership. This is one of the recent component that is coming in the leadership. Service leadership and servant leadership are very recent. And I'm going to talk about that in this presentation. First of all, before going to the service leadership, let us understand what is a service, what is a leadership, and what is the difference between the service leadership, normal leadership, and a servant leadership. A service is, as you all know, is performed without any expectation. If I do a voluntary service in an organization, I am not expecting any reward. I get only the pleasure of serving. This is intangible. They cannot be stocked. They cannot be transported. Just they cannot store it for future use. If I volunteer in an organization for 2 hours, that's it. 2 hours I work in a church or in a temple, and then 2 hours is done. Service is very easy. I serve in the Toastmaster as a VP membership. Maybe service, I am doing a voluntary organization. I'm not getting paid for that. I get the pleasure of doing some service. Leadership. Leadership is the art of motivating a group of people. I want to make sure this club is to become President Distinguished. We motivate the members to join Singapore Toastmaster. We motivate them to be successful in public speaking. When Peter gave a speech, we motivate him to give more often the speeches. I want to know about Japan more. Give us more speeches. That is a leadership. We all may be part of leadership. Before going to the servant leadership or service leadership, let us understand what are the qualities of a great leader. We say Willie is a great leader. What are the qualities? Integrity, courage, ability to delegate. A leader should not be doing everything on his own. He has to have a team. He needs to delegate whatever is possible. And then he needs to communicate efficiently so that everything can be done properly, no problem. And he needs to know about his own strengths and weaknesses so that he can be an effective leader in an organization. And he should be able to influence others. As a club president, we may be talking to Sajid. Hey, Sajid, this is a great club. Become a member so that you can also be successful like us. That is influencing him. Making a decision may be Sajid, but we are influencing him. We are telling him the advantages of joining the Singapore Toastmaster Club. We say that there is Angela who can correct your grammar. There are great leaders who can share the leadership experience so that way you can be successful. And the leader should show empathy on doing some things. These are the great qualities of the good leader. Immediately, some people may ask, hey, Kanan, you told me that these are the great qualities of the good qualities of a leader. What are the bad qualities? So that we can think about that and we can relate our leadership style. There is also a leadership style, understanding your leadership style in level 2. Peter, when you complete 4 speeches, you will be thinking about the leadership style. Bad qualities of a leader. First of all, conflict. If 2 people are having different views, he will not step up. He will run away from there. Let these 2 battle out their opinion. That is avoidance. Conflict avoidance is the one thing. Second is flexibility, lack of flexibility. A leader should be flexible to support each other's view and come up maybe sometime to a middle ground. Some of the leaders, like if I can immediately tell you one leader, Uganda President Idi Amin. Have you heard of that? I know when I was young, people talk about him, Idi Amin, he is a very arrogant leader. My way is the best. I am the leader. You have to listen to me. That is a mindset. It is like authoritative style and everybody needs to listen to him. That is one of the bad qualities of a leader. And unethical contact. I can tell you, in any country nowadays, if you see, all the politicians are unethical. Whether you take any country, take the world map and pick a country, all the politicians in that country, I could say at least majority are unethical. Maybe there are exceptions, like Gandhi, or like I heard one of the Singapore prime minister, I think one of the very great, I forgot his name. I think I visited Singapore 10 years ago. They were talking about his name. I'm not good in remembering the names. And there is no track record of successful record. If your leader is successful, there will be a track record, right? If you don't have a track record, then you are really bad quality. And poor communication skill. If you are not able to communicate what you are thinking, and if you are not able to direct the employees, then you are not a good quality. You are not a good leader. And some of the leaders, some of the bad qualities of the leader, they are all self-centered. If you are a self-centered person, you cannot be a leader, right? Leader, who is a leader? He works for others. He makes sure everybody is successful. He makes sure, whether it is an organization or whether it's a Toastmaster club, the leader, the president wants the club to succeed. Not only the club to succeed, the members, everyone, whoever has joined the club must be successful. Whether it is Corey or Lim or Sebastian, we want everyone to be successful. We don't want the president distinguished title, but we want our members to be successful. That is a good quality of a leader. Whereas if a leader is not interested in those, he just wanted to make sure that his club is good, then that is not a good leader. I just put a comparison on the overall leadership. Good leaders concentrate on results. The good leaders make sure that people are accountable. The good leaders strive to be clear. Good leaders encourage dialogue. If there are a conflict, hey, come on, let us work it out. Let us talk it out. What is the issue? You can talk about yourself and I can talk about yourself, so that people can talk and come to a conclusion. That is a good quality of the leader. If you're talking about the bad leaders, they want to be popular. They don't want to do anything. They feel that they are always right. They don't care. If there are conflicts in the club, they say, okay, if there are conflicts, I am not going to be worried. I am not going to be worried. You guys set it up. I am not going to be part of that conflict. That is not a good quality style. This is just a comparison so that you know that we are all want to be striving to become a good leader. Now, coming to the service leadership. Now, this is a new concept. In 1970, Robert Greenleaf, this is where I made a note in a small piece of paper because I can't remember the name, I told you. Robert Greenleaf in 1970 thought about the concept of the service leadership. He didn't pick up. That is what he first submitted his paper. Then it has become slowly popularized in 2000 plus years, because this is a powerful force that when a person discovers from their heart, when I think, oh, I want to serve the people. I want to make sure I can lead and help others. I am happy now. I want to make sure other people are successful. That is a service leadership. That comes from your heart. If Corey thinks, hey, I want to help, I want to go to a club and I want to go to a school and help the students there, maybe 1 or 2 hours. I want to make sure everybody is successful. That comes from your heart suddenly. I want to be making sure everybody is successful. That is a service leadership. It comes to you, it wants you to lead, and it's and you have the courage, okay, I am now going to engage, I am going to help others, I want to be part of that. That is the service leadership we are talking about. Okay. What are the characteristics of service leadership? This is very important subject. This is where we need to note. You need to think service is top priority. I am not getting any benefit. I want to make sure I want to help others. This is a voluntary thing. I am not getting any remuneration. The moment you get a remuneration, then this is not a service leadership. This is that it is just you are paid to your job. We are not talking about that. This is a leadership where we are doing a service as a voluntary things. The another characteristic of service leadership is you need to be a great role model. You need to promote a common service language. You need to measure what really matters. You empower your team. You create your team and empower. We make sure that we are going to do good things for this, for the organization. If there is a roadblock, the leader will remove the roadblock. And this will focus, we will create the enthusiasm and focus. We may need to, hey, come on, let us make sure our volunteering to collect money to run a marathon for cancer prevention. That is one of the leadership. What we do, we create people to run in a marathon to collect money for the benefit of the cancer service or cancer kids, to help the cancer kids. So that is the characteristic of service leadership that we were talking about. Now, of late, I'm going to give examples also. Of late, what happens is there is a branch called servant leadership. This is the same as a service leadership, but taking another level. The servant leadership is part of service leadership only, but the leader is thinking that he's a servant and he makes sure his peers or his members' priorities are first. Okay, he or she does not think about their thinking. They want to help others. One classic example in this, okay, before going there, one classic example I want to share. If you know, in Calcutta, there was a lady. You may know that, you may find it by the end of the time, I'm going to tell the name. She made sure, she came here on a mission. She made sure all the poor people, whether they are sick or whether they are not able to afford, she helped them. She thought she was a servant. She helped them. You know who she is? Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa only helped. She never even took 1 cent for her. She serviced all the people in Calcutta, even the people who are affected with leprosy. I know there was one incident when one of the beggar was completely suffering. The beggar was suffering from leprosy. Leprosy is one of the very critical disease. If you touch them also, you may get that leprosy. But Mother Teresa went there, cleaned that beggar's wounds, cleaned him, gave him bath, gave him shelter, gave him food, and thought, I am only a servant. I am helping. This is what God asked me to do. See here, in this example, she, as a Mother Teresa, she did not think about anything. She did not say, okay, if I help him, will I get any money? No, this is a service. I want to make sure I provide service to the humankind. That is a service leadership. And one portion is called servant leadership. Both can be used intermittently. There is also another example. I can talk many examples about Mother Teresa. There are so many stories, and she was even recommended for the sainthood but she could not get the sainthood, but she was recommended for the sainthood to the, what you can call Pope. There is another person, John Brubaker. People call Coach Brew. You can go and Google later. That is one of the greatest servant leader. When you are talking about servant leadership, you may get the Mother Teresa's name, you may get John Brubaker, because they are really great. He was coaching only, made sure that all the people's efforts are fulfilled. When you are helping others, really, you will also get satisfied. That satisfaction, that mental satisfaction is the only thing you derive from the service leadership. All right. Now, you may think, Kanan, you talked about the servant leaders, you talked about service leaders. I also told you servant leadership is a form of service leadership. When you are thinking the peers' wishes are the first, you are taking yourself as a servant. Now, let us compare what are the difference between the traditional leaders and service leaders. Traditional leaders, this is like a rank, like a CEO of a company. Okay, see, they want to achieve the CEO position because they want to get that rank. CEO means number one in the company. CFO is number two or number two or sometime in number three, whatever it is. Whereas servant leaders, they don't want the rank. They want an opportunity to serve others. Hey, I am happy. Even I am a secretary of a Toastmaster club. I'm just pulling one example. I want to help the members. I want to make sure every member is successful. I don't need to be a president. I can even be a simple member. In traditional leaders, they uses power and control to drive performance. Tomorrow, actually, Jennifer said that she was in a company. She was working in a company for so many years during the break. The CEO may say that, hey, I am going to stop hereafter all the white wine because red wine has got more market. He may think that, and he may put that as a direction to the company. Once the CEO provides a direction, and everybody needs to listen. He uses a power and control. Whereas the service leaders, totally opposite. They share. They want to make sure the engagement is successful. They are not giving direction. They want collaboration. They want to make sure everybody is successful. Now, coming to the traditional leaders, they measure success through performance and output. Oh, my stock price during when I am the president or I am the CEO, the stock price jumped from $18 to $80. Oh, you can imagine, I am very powerful. I made this company successful. Whereas the servant leaders think, how many people have grown to the next level? How many employees are trained? Example, Toastmaster, every year they think, hey, how many people got DCP? How many clubs got DCP gold? How many members got trained? How many members got one path completed? Those are the parameters they use for the servant leaders. Another great example, traditional leaders give speeches. CEO gives a speech to the employees, whereas servant leaders listen. Hey, what is your problem? I want to help you. I want to help you. You tell me your problem, I will help you. That is a servant leader style. Traditional leaders, direction, one way. This comes from the top to the bottom. Servant leaders, collaboration. It's like a circle. Traditional leaders think about their performance. They think they can lead the company. Servant leaders think that it is our members who are driving the company. So these are the characteristics of servant leaders. This is a new concept. Fellow Toastmasters, I urge you, try to learn the aspects of leadership, especially the recent terms like a service leadership, servant leadership. There are many examples in Google. Before it is coming prevalent, try to learn, try to Google and try to understand these concepts. If you have any more questions, I am willing to help you. I can, you can send me a mail and I can help you definitely. But I just want to conclude here saying that these are the new concepts that are all piping up. And if you learn about this, that means we are jumping in the wagon way early. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Wow, thank you, Kanan. You have told us the differences between the traditional leader and the servant leadership. And with service leadership, we do gain some satisfaction because we love to serve. And you give good examples of Mother Teresa. Thank you so much, Kanan. Now that's the end of our speakers' speeches. So let's ask the timer for the timing of the speakers, please.
Good evening, Toastmasters, dear guests. So first speaker, Angela Lansbury. Time is 7 minutes, 27 seconds. Second speaker, Peter Chong. Time is 4 minutes, 54 seconds. Speaker number 3, Kanan Sankara. 20 minutes, 17 seconds. Thank you.
Thank you. All our speakers are qualified for voting. Can you please vote? Club President, please put the poll. The poll is out. Please vote for the best speaker, everyone. Would appreciate if all of you can please vote. Thank you so much. Yes. It's 81%. Yep, it's coming. 2 more people have not voted. I think I know who. I'm not allowed to vote. %. Wonderful. One more. Yeah. Okay, I shall count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Voting has ended. Thank you so much for participating in the voting. Yeah, okay. We shall now have a 10 minutes break. It's 23:01. So let's come back at 23:10. Okay, 10 minutes break. Recording. Right, thank you all for coming back. We are now into our third segment of tonight's meeting, which is the evaluation and report segment. How active listening helps in giving evaluations, content and delivery, commendations and recommendations. I shall now ask before I do that, the timing for the evaluator is 2 to 3 minutes, 2 minutes on green, 2.5 on yellow, 3 on red, and the evaluator has 30 seconds to wrap up her evaluation. I shall now call upon the first evaluator. She is an avid learner who constantly pushes her horizons. To her, the sky is the limit. She will be evaluating Angela Lansbury's speech. Let's welcome Joan D Souza. Joan, the stage is yours.
Can you all hear me and see me well?
Yes.
Thank you, President Toastmaster, friends, and my club members for giving me this opportunity to evaluate one of the most powerful speaker in our club, Toastmaster Angela Lansbury. Angela, you have really fulfilled the purpose of your project. The purpose of your project was to implement a vision, introduce a vision for ourselves, and to help us to understand what your vision of leadership is going to be. You have developed a proper vision in our mind by telling us what a club needs to do, not just for 1 or 2 years or 3 years, but for proper 5 years. They not just need to know what they need to do as a president, what he has to do, but what the other members also need to do. They have to have a list of speakers together who is going to back out at the wrong time, or also a list of successors for the next 5 years by watching out who is doing well, what the Vice President of Education is doing, how he can take the next role as a president, and so on. So not just that, but you have also given us a purpose to survive. A club needs to survive because the theme of today's meeting is to disseminate the vision. And what more do we need? A Toastmaster club has to survive so that we can share a uniform vision to become more positive and have a shared vision to grow the whole Toastmasters club and eventually the whole society as powerful leaders and communicators. What I would expect, or what as an evaluator I wanted you to do, well, I have these following recommendations for you. My first recommendation is have a powerful opening. You started off asking that some of us seen how the clubs don't survive. They fail after some time. You could have started off with asking us question, powerful question with a lot of enthusiasm and energy. Have you seen clubs not surviving because they don't have a proper plan for the next 5 years? Your opening had to be more powerful. Next, let's move to the body of your speech. Your body of your speech should have had a personal story where you had actually seen certain clubs not surviving because they did not implement certain lists that you mentioned today of not having a proper list of successors or not by having a proper list of speakers. Third, you could have ended up with a powerful conclusion, which was totally aligned with your objectives. Summarize your conclusion and say, implement this list and implement powerful speakers, have a proper vision for yourself, and this is how the club will survive by adding some of these points that I mentioned. All in all, you did a great job. Next time, try to align your objectives with your conclusion, add a powerful story, and also do a good role playing, and you will be fine for your next speech. I look forward for your next speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Joan. Your evaluation is delivered so powerfully, and I'm sure Angela has taken all the points that you have given her, the good, as well as the areas that she needs to improve to make her speech better. We shall ask the next evaluator, who will be evaluating Peter Chong. She is a passionate product designer who loves to design usable and delightful products, whether it's an app or website that helps people in their daily lives. In her free time, she loves to find the best coffee in town, traveling and exploring new places and food, as well as taking photographs. Her favorite quote is, "Never stop learning because life never stops teaching." Let's welcome Corey Melanie Presentation Mastery Level 1. Corey, please, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jennifer. Hi, Peter. Congratulations, you have completed your very first speech. How do you feel now?
Still unbelievable I can complete the speech within the time.
Very good job. That's a very wonderful 360-degree review of Japan's. Perhaps you can start a YouTube channel and start recording your journey of traveling, since your hobby is traveling, so you can record all your experience visiting each country that you visit and start making money from the YouTube channel if you like to be in the video. And you explain to us your personal story from the cultures, historical place, weather, autumn trees, hot springs, food, your day-to-day journey in Japan very comprehensively. First, you start your speech with a very good greetings to everyone and introduce your most favorite hobby with us, which is traveling. You also explain to us your personal story excellently during your journey, your trip. You review quite a lot aspects and all those details, like for example, food, beautiful scenery, autumn leaves, makes us really imagine that we are in Japan for a while. And if you see my backdrop also sakura, what a coincidence. What I want you to consider in your next speech is adding emotions. For example, when you mention about your favorite hobby is traveling, you can say this: the country I like the most is Japan. Add some excitement, add some enthusiasm there. Let us see your sparkling eyes. Your message will be amplified more with emotions. With emotion, you can also move the audience, not only with your story, but also with an extra feeling of happiness, excitement, and joy of the traveling. Like for example, you also mentioned about having scrumptious food. It really makes us feel hungry. And also drawing my saliva almost dropping when you mention a lot of food, Japan food. You can also adding an emphasis. For example, when you explain a breathtaking views, the red color of autumn leaf near Mount Fuji is breathtaking. Another example, when you mention about Chinese garden, how peaceful is this place? You can play with your vocal by adding a slower tone there when you want to emphasize certain words. So by adding emotions, beside there, you can also use hand gestures. Like for example, you mentioned the country I like the most is Japan. You can use your hand gesture like this is for me, or I like the most is Japan. You can play with your hands. In Japan, there are 4 seasons. In Malaysia here, we only have 2 seasons. So this hand gesture will adding extra spices to your story. And you engage us well with your content. Who doesn't love to hear about Japan? There's always a story to tell from every corner of the street, from every single experience. You also have a very good eye contact with the audience. Well done on that. So in summary, it's a very good beginning, Peter. Learn about telling a story more with emotions. It will help you to amplify your story and engage with your listener in a deeper level. Once again, well done on your very first accomplishment on your Toastmaster journey. I believe you'll be a very good speaker in no time. Thank you. Back to you, Jennifer.
Thank you, Corey. I'm sure with all the salt and pepper and whatever spices you put in your evaluation for Peter, he has taken note of all the points, like, you know, getting more emotions, vocal variety, add some excitement. I'm sure Peter has written all that down. Thank you very much for your feedback of his speech. Finally, we will have our final evaluator. This gentleman, he is a polyglot who speaks Chinese, English, Malay, Indonesian, Japan, and now he's learning Korean. But of course, besides all this language, he knows a lot of dialect. And one of them is a common one with me, which is Hainanese. Let us welcome Lim Chang Jin, Innovative Planning Level 5. And this, I think is Dynamic Leadership Level 5 to evaluate Kanan Sankara. Chang Jin, the stage is yours.
Thank you. Fantastic Friday, Club President, fellow Toastmaster, and distinguished guests, especially to you, Kanan. Congratulations on completing the Level 5 speech. Kanan, I love your speech. You met the objectives by sharing with us service and servant leadership, sharing stories that are entertaining, enriching, and enlightening. You are calm, cool, collected. You engage the audience well by having wonderful gestures. You have excellent eye contact and look straight to the camera. Your eyes open up the windows to our soul. You did a fabulous job by sharing with us the servant leadership. I'm sure you are one of the great leaders. I have some suggestions for you to soar to even greater heights. First, you can add in dialogue. For example, you can share with us your conversation between your mentor or your mentee to make it more relatable to us in Toastmasters. Second, you can add struggle in your story, add pain to make us feel. For example, you can share with us any pain that you have encountered as a leader and how you overcome it to be a great leader. The challenge for you is to use a stronger call to action by using anaphora. Keep on learning, keep on improving, keep on growing to be a better leader. Oh, you know, Kanan, you excel. You are as cool as a cucumber. You have excellent eye contact and fabulous gesture. With your fantastic vocal variety, and you make us feel by sharing with us a lot of stories. For improvement, you can add in a dialogue, reenact the scenario, and make love, and you can add struggle in your story, add pain, and breathe life into the character. The challenge for you for greater heights is to use a stronger call to action. You can use an anaphora or a quote to make it more relatable to us. For example, my favorite quote from Mother Teresa is not how much you give, but how much love you put into giving. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, CJ. I always enjoy your evaluation. You use a lot of those rhetorical devices. Wow, you really have a list of them. Thank you very much. So now we will be asking the timer. Please give us the timing of all evaluators, please.
The time for evaluators, the evaluator 1, John D Souza, 3 minutes 18 seconds. Evaluator number 2, Corinne Mailani, 4 minutes 7 seconds. That was a little bit my bad because I think I confused her while showing the red light at the start of the speech. Apologies for that. And evaluator number 3 is CJ, 2 minutes 43 seconds.
Corey, what is timing for Corey?
4 minutes 7 seconds.
Okay, President. Well, she's disqualified. So we only have two evaluators to be voted. Do you want to vote for two? President, please.
Normally, we don't do that.
Okay.
So there's no voting for
Evaluators. Okay, fine. Right. Now we have come to the end of the meeting, and we will not be voting for evaluators. I shall present the best speaker as well as the best table topic speaker award. The best speaker, drum roll please. The best speaker tonight is Kanan Sankara. Kanan, congratulations. And the best table topic speaker, drum roll please. And she is Sabi. I believe she's one of our guests, but I think she has left the meeting. We will.
I'm here.
Oh, are you? I'm sorry. Oh, it's SA, is it?
Thank you so much.
Sorry,
I
I'm
never
sorry.
expected.
Congratulations. So for being the winner of the table topic for tonight.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It was a great session. I loved it.
You must come and join, Surbi.
Now yeah, okay. I would like to leave you, I would like to ask the president now to wrap up the meeting for tonight.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. I have my last. You need to live a vision day in, day out, embody it and empower every other person to execute their vision in everything he or she does, and call it in reality so that it becomes a template for decision making. Action do speak louder than words. I know it's late. We will see you next Friday because there will be a special presentation by one of the member master here. So if you have problem presenting online, the speaker will be there to help you, to show you technique of how to present with impact, especially using PowerPoint. And I declare the meeting adjourned to next Friday, same time, same day.
Thank you, Club President.